piping underneath there that's gray in color, that's no longer manufactured, and if you're buying an older unit, that can be a nightmare for you because that the product will break down over time and create a lot of leaks and fittings and split and cause a lot of just bad conditions for your house underneath, but also in your walls. What people don't realize is that you don't have the typical plumbing and piping. It's all basically just tube. There's no, you really don't see copper. The only thing copper you see is if you go from like the water heater, we actually have to make a bend. It's kind of easy. But that, I forget what that gray material is, but I do see that in some mobile homes, the older models, and that's something you definitely want to stay away from. The ovens are the same thing, microwaves the same thing, cooktops, things like that. But it's the water heaters, the HVAC systems, and the plumbing that are just a little bit different, a little bit more inexpensive. And like the tubs, a lot of times you can get leaks in the shower pans. They'll just rot the underside of the subfloor out. And so that's something you got to be aware of. So crawling underneath the mobile home is probably the most important thing that obviously most people don't want to do, and that's where your inspection comes in for the most part. Everybody can see things that are going on. The older parks, you'll have the shrubbery on the outside, and they're just wearing the siding out, and that creates a lot of leaks on the inside. That sheathing is pretty inexpensive. Just a lot of times, it's just a laminate unless you get the hardy plank on there. A lot of the rural areas, they'll have a washing machine hooked up to separate piping. You just run straight out into the yard. Okay, if you have a septic, technically you have to write that up saying it's not terminated properly. The one I did up in the Azle area, the dogs were digging up all around it, so it's exposed, for about 30 feet of that, and it's not UV protected. It's also you have a crushing condition where if somebody walks across it, drives something across it, you've got crushed drain pipe there. So technically, I had to write that. A lot of things I call hidden in plain sight. A lot of things you'll never see. Which is just like any other thing. Don't think you can get a mobile home without getting an inspection unless you want to buy the defects and the hazards that go along with it.
Like one of the things on this mobile home, when they left it in such poor condition, all these vents are completely filled with trash. I mean, they're just nasty crap in them. He had to have these vents completely sucked out and cleaned out, steamed out. So, like I said, you want to make these things habitable. The other thing is, this thing, they had cats in it, and this thing smelled like cat pee. We ripped out all the flooring. There's special paints. We just do the floors several times. There's something called urine away, which doesn't work that great, but you paint the floors, and you seal the odor, and it's gone. And it's relatively inexpensive to do that. They are also heavy smokers. You don't smell smoke in here anymore. You paint it, and it's all gone. If you don't paint it, that smoke smell will be here forever.
Mike?
Yes.
For the video, what's your name and number?
My name is Mike Statler. My phone number is 817-INSPECT 467-7328.
Now, I'm gonna charge him $5 for that.
Yeah, that's right. and my motto is, I may not be good looking, but I am a good looker. So.
Right.
And how much does it cost to get an inspection on a mobile home?
Depends upon where it is. Usually about $300. And a lot of that's just spending time. It's usually the drive and spending time underneath the floor, under the crawl space, because it's usually pretty nasty, to be honest with you. A lot of times you'll have dogs. The other thing is when you go out into the rural areas, I consider this to be a very nice community. The places that I go to are rural, so you got to watch out for dogs. I carry mace when I'm out there doing those inspections because you never know what's going to come running up on you. I went to go look at the particular area, drove up to the property because I wanted to get this one particular photo. The guy goes, "What are you doing on my property?" I said, "I'm sorry." I said, "I didn't know this was your property." He goes, "There's buildings all around here." Well, this was actually a mobile home literally cut in half. It was about 15 feet wide, came up over and came across. The guy had made like a porch out of the deal. So if you have a mobile home that's bad, higher and better use, don't throw it away. Just cut it up and give everybody else a free deck.
It was like a cabana.
Yeah, it was like a cabana. I mean, he had goats and chickens, and I just want to get that one picture. He goes, "Well, you're lucky you didn't get bit." And I'm thinking to myself, with an attitude like that, you're lucky you're not going to get shot. But you do have to be careful, and I do carry mace with me because there's dogs running around there. And they may not be the neighbor's dogs. They may be the rancher's dogs that ran away and wants to get some white meat.
All right, point out this air conditioning
All
stuff
right, air
to us.
conditioners here. This is what they call an A coil. Obviously, just made here, the thing you want to take a look at is in the bottom tray here, is there water? If there's standing water and you've got a lot of debris buildup, rust and mold and things like that, you're going to have it serviced. On both sides, you've got the coils here. You need to make sure those are real clean. You don't want to see a lot of dust buildup, a lot of corrosion. A lot of times you'll see that as well. This piping down here, this is the suction line, goes through the floor. You want to make sure that's sealed up. That was that picture that I had for the meeting there. That was the open air. I could literally see into the crawl space there, and there was a pretty big hole, about 4x6 area there. Relatively simple, but something that you also want to maintain. A lot of times these are in closets, and you get people that basically just put these on the front here and stack everything up here. They don't even clean the filters on that. So that's one of the things that's real important. Just like a home, regular home, you need to have maintenance on these things annually. You see a little bit of dust right here. You need to make sure they have the filters in there for the returns. Water heaters, usually they're right beside each other, and a lot of times they're just have a closed panel that's got 6, 8, 10 screws in the door. Most people don't take them off, but need to make sure they've got a drain pan in there, because if you have a water leak or failure, you want to make sure that drains out, not into your newly remodeled area.
Point the filter out on this one.
Filter return on this is right here, but a lot of times they'll have them at the door.
It's right here's where it's
But
supposed
the-
to go, but
but-
it doesn't
have
have
it.
it.
Yeah, and this is the tray for it right here.
Right,
So,
right.
actually, the one I saw last week actually had a metallized filter on the side out here. And it just makes it a little bit easier. They just take them out and wash them off and replace them. Okay.
Where's the water heater?
It's next door in the bedroom.
A lot of times they'll be side by side, but sometimes they have them away from each other.
Let's go take a look at the water heater. You gonna walk us through it?
It's back in there. You have to unscrew it.
Oh, okay.
Let me get a shot of it. Can you turn the light on?
You have to unscrew
Yeah,
it.
okay, we won't mess with it. But it's in that little hidden panel.
The other thing you
And
find in
then
mobile
screw
homes is like this is where the pipes are for the
The
bathtub.
access for the.
So
Oh,
just,
maybe, yeah.
just easy access to get to them. Like I said, if you'd seen, and you see in the closet, there's the original paperwork in the closet on
Yeah.
the mobile home manufacturer, wind zones. I'm running wind zone 1 here.
What does that mean?
It has something to do with when they manufacture them, what part of the country. There's different requirements for the manufacturers, how they build them.
Now, Mike, you want anything else inside the house or head outside?
We can go to the outside.